Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Just as I sat down to do this reading for you, I was brought to my attention. Well, I mean, it seems so obvious. I have a sunflower on my shirt, I had this whole sort of, I guess, channeled or transformed in my mind was that I have a whole bunch of like little tiny mini sunflowers that are growing all over the place. A couple of them, oh no, the squirrels jumped on them. So the ones that were growing up by the fence where I have the bird feeders, those ones fell down. The squirrels broke them. And then like some of my big potted plants, I have these beautiful flowers in the backyard. And I don't know if the squirrels or the birds dropped some sunflower seeds in there. But so it's like they've grown to what suits them. They haven't overwhelmed the container. They're not like, you know, your typical great big sunflower. They're a small sunflower, I guess because of the container. It appreciates the size that it has to grow in. And so I'm thinking about this and I thought, you know what's really beautiful about that is that things can be planted by unknown entities before you're even aware. Like even maybe before you get to a destination. And like it's there for you. So I don't know if that was a message that you needed to hear about something. But I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's true, right? Had no idea that the squirrels and the birds were just randomly dropping these sunflower seeds. And now I have sunflowers growing like amongst all my other big flowers. So there you go. You get that little message to start. So I've never used this deck on my channel before. It's called the Uncommon Tarot. The artwork is really interesting, and I've been hesitant because I thought, I don't know about these messages. So let's just see what happens here. If I'm going to test anything new out like this, like kind of take a look at the artwork. It's, I don't know if I would call it it's a little bit abstract, like in some of it. It's a little bit like multi-layered. So maybe that's what it is that has caused me to be a little hesitant to go into it at first on a channel reading. So here we are. I'm going to use it with you. And then I am going to clarify anything with my teeny tiny modern day, no, what is it called? This witches? No, modern day witch or something like that. I don't know. It's not hard to find. It's quite common. So let's get started, Pisces. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. So Pisces, what is the first card here? What are we talking to Pisces about? Oh, the Ace of Wands. It kind of reminds me of the sunflower. The sunflowers I was just talking about. Something has been planted for you. Either something's been planted for you or you've planted something for someone else in the future. But this is going to be harvested in the future. So I don't know who planted this. Maybe you act as the little squirrel or the little bird that put these seeds in a flower pot, unbeknownst to those who had the flower pot. And in the future, they're about to receive this beautiful surprise. Or somebody has planted something in the past, or they're planting it right now. And it's about to become this beautiful surprise for you in the future. So let's pull some more cards out and see where this goes. It's exciting. It feels like an unexpected inspiration, which is kind of how you would, you know, see that at first, seeing it come out. Although at first I thought, is that a weed? What is that growing in my flower? I'm going to let it grow and see what happens. I know it looks like a sunflower. So it may be something too. I feel like somebody has planted something for you in the past or right now. Like however long it takes to grow, how much time takes to go by for you to be able to harvest this. And maybe even at first not recognizing it as this glorious sunflower. The sunflower too is really connected to wand energy, to Leo energy, to the sun, to wish fulfillment and clarity, brightness, growth and expansion. So maybe not at first recognizing it as that, but later becoming more aware of it as it grows and you kind of see it develop. You have the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Wands, And then the Eight of Wands. I want to put stuff underneath here. The Ace of Swords. Okay, something. Yeah, there's two aces here now. Something happened to bring, that kind of made you happy. Attachment, which is like Temperance. The Five of Swords under the Nine of Wands. That makes sense. And then the Eight of Wands. Underneath that, you have the Three of Swords. The Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands at the bottom. There's a lot of wands coming through here, like communicating, things being planted, things being taken forward. Wanting to really grow. That's what's underneath there. All right, you have the Nine of Cups, and underneath that is the Ace of Swords. Then you have the Queen of Cups, and underneath that is attachment or temperance. You have the Nine of Wands, and underneath that is the Five of Swords. And then you have the Eight of Wands, but underneath that is the Three of Swords. There's some sort of conflict here for you with this new beginning, oh God, these cards are slippery. This new seed that's been planted. All right. I need a second here too with, all this imagery. Yeah, see, that's, I think, another thing is I know I need some time to look at this stuff, so you have to be patient here. The Nine of Cups, it's funny, it almost reminds me of the Two of Cups because there's two great big goldfish here. And there's another deck that I have where there's two fish swimming and it's the Two of Cups, but it's not. It's the Nine of Cups. So it could be two elements of yourself coming together, some sort of clarity. You're having some sort of clarity about what brings you happiness here. What makes you feel kind of in alignment with things that you would really like to move towards. That are really focused on your higher vibration in terms of emotional happiness. And then expressing it. But this is so interesting because look at how there's a fish coming out of this cup. With the Queen of Cups, something, it's almost like you're willing something to grow or to move forward, but it takes time. It's a little bit like the sunflower, like maybe at first you thought it was a weed, you know what it is, I didn't plant that there, but then you get some sort of clarity. Oh, this is a sunflower. Oh, this is going to look pretty. I want to see this happen. I'm excited to see this happen. And then almost, it just feels like to me, because her eyes are closed and this fish is coming out, almost like she's meditating on it. She's envisioning. I want this flower to come up. You want something to grow and get it going. You want, and of course, with the Queen of Cups, it's also like still serving your emotions here. This is a very positive sense of wanting something to grow. It comes from a very healthy place emotionally. But it's like temperance or attachment sits behind, underneath it. And just almost as if to say, not quite yet. Not quite yet. The sunflower isn't ready to bloom. The sunflower isn't ready to be seen. And then that makes you tired. It makes you, well, I don't want to wait anymore. I'm just going to walk away from this silly thing. Or I'm not going to invest in what I'm trying to manifest anymore because it's kind of frustrating. It's not, I want it to bloom. Why is it taking so long? I don't think it's going to bloom. Look at it, it's got a green head on there and nothing's happening. It's not developing anything. It's going to open. But see, this is where it gets curious for me. And then because you had this really good energy. It's a really, really, really good energy. But then it's like you're told to wait or hang on. It's not quite ready. You can't quite go there yet. It needs some time. But I'm ready now. I'm perfectly ready now. It doesn't make any sense to change this. And almost like maybe like a little premonition on your own, thinking, I'm in the right frame of mind right now. I'm in the right emotional state right now to receive this, for this to really grow, for me to grow with this. If I have to wait any longer, I don't know. But I almost feel like that's what happened. Because now you're just trying, look at, he's like kind of upset. He's got his arms crossed. He's like, I'm upset about this. I don't want to do this anymore. Wait, that's what it feels like. I don't want to wait anymore. I want to move forward, the Eight of Cups, but what's worrying me is the Three of Swords is sitting under it. So now it feels like wanting to move forward because you've been told to stop. And I don't know how long you've been told to stop or stay in a pause or be patient. This is an Aries talking to you, so I have sympathy if there's something that you are really keen about and it's got you really feeling good, and it's like, wait. Yeah, I'm kind of frustrated here. Like, why the hell would someone put this seed in my pot and have it start to grow? But now, like, no, nothing? After all that, you got all my hopes up, universe. But see, I'm worried here because there's this desire for movement and communication. There's some sort of desire to take flight, to rise above. Maybe that's what it is. If that's what it is, it's not quite so bad. Yeah. Because there's two ways I see this card. If I just look at it at the Eight of Wands, it feels like I want to move forward now. I don't want to feel stuck, but it's being driven by the Three of Swords. And that's not a good place to manifest from. So it's going to, your manifestation may not turn out right. I don't know, like maybe you start picking at the sunflower. Or you move the pot. Maybe it needs more sun. I'm going to move the pot. But then the soil dries out and the thing wilts and withers. It's because you're kind of, instead of just being patient, like the universe is asking, it's got all the right elements. Remember, it germinated and it started growing exactly in the environment that it's in right now. Don't change it. Just wait. I'm going to move the pot because you know what? If I move it a little bit forward, it'll get 2 more hours of sunlight in a day. And I know sunflowers like sun. The pot. Because I'm tired of waiting. But that's where that's coming from, not the best place. So then I get worried how this manifestation is going to turn out. I was only told to pull 4 cards here. But now, if I look at the imagery in here, because that's always important to me with the cards, it always tells us something even deeper than how we're looking at it. So this looks like, it literally looks like a human. It's like a human form with birds over top. It kind of reminds me of some sort of indigenous ceremonial outfit. And like giving something, like rising above. It's sort of like rising above the situation. And if that's the case, I hope it is, because it's going to help your manifestation. It's rising above the Three of Swords. That would be a much better approach, as opposed to driving yourself forward because of the Three of Swords, because that won't go well. You could have all the right intentions, but you lost the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups here. Energy. And that's what like almost caused the magic of this manifestation in the first part, in the first time, the first way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I want to actually clarify that right away. I'm going to clarify that. What is this Eight of Wands for you? What is this Eight of Wands? It is the Chariot. Yeah, you definitely want to get up and go here. The Chariot and the King of Pentacles. Which way, what do you do though with the Chariot? Like, do you go left or do you go right? Do you wait or do you proceed? It feels like, for you anyways, when you make this choice, it could lead to something quite big and quite fulfilling and quite stable and quite successful with the King of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. Now that it landed right across the Nine of Wands. So that makes me feel like this never-ending waiting game is, yes, is what's bringing you into the Three of Swords. Temperance. I couldn't have called that any clearer. Because Temperance is what put you in the Nine of Wands. And this card flew out and landed on the Nine of Wands. And it's causing the Three of Swords. So it's almost like take a step back here. The only thing that's changed about this situation, Pisces, whatever the situation is for you, it could be something that you're dealing with a friend. It could be something that you're dealing with a loved one. It could be some project that you want to get up and going. It could be some sort of new community-based project. It could be some sort of meditative practice for yourself or some sort of I want to say emotional or mental. I don't know about emotional or mental health though, because you really had that here, but maybe you did, and something, well, you can't quite take that to the level that you want because you got to do this, this, and that now. Something's happened that's kind of put something on the back burner, or at least it's stunted the growth of this. And that's the only thing. That is the, I wanted to say that what I can see here, that's the only thing that's really changed. But it's caused you to change. And then that's causing the manifestation to be a little bit different here. It's like, right? Like, it's sort of taking the perspective, like, what is the only thing that's really changed in my situation or in my environment? Saying, okay, well, it's really only the fact that I have to wait a little longer. It could be too, like if you're standing in line at the grocery store or somewhere, and or a lineup of anything, and you're waiting and you think that there's only 3 more people ahead of you, and you really don't have any big time constraints that day, but you realize that the person who is standing in line, their whole family is with them. They weren't in line. So then they come, and even if it's a ride somewhere at a fair, and there can only be so many people that get on the ride, and legitimate, I mean, they do it. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to tell this person that their wife and their kids, or their husband and their kids, can't get on with them? It's like, oh God, now I got to wait. But nothing's really changed. You're still going to get on the ride. You're still probably going to get whatever this is, because this is the big thing here. There's something big and exciting. It's, look, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, everything underneath here. You've got some sort of movement coming. It's almost, it's like my first sunflower that started growing in the backyard was growing up between the slats in the fence. And I honestly thought, I watched it and I watched it and I watched it. That thing, you know what? It's going to take forever to bloom. It's not going to do it. But do you know, it surprised me the next day that I woke up and I looked at it in the morning and it was in full flower. So it's almost like that energy. You're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. And, you know, and then before you know, you look up after having your little fit or tantrum or feeling upset or not wanting to wait anymore. And then you look down and go, oh, there's enough room for me on the ride. Okay. The Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. This is some sort. Oh, see, this is healthy. You've coming from a really healthy place is where you started. The Hermit card. So you've really found answers within yourself, and you found answers about what really drives your happiness, what gives you emotional fulfillment, all on your own without needing anything else to be added to this. So again, this started off really positive. The only thing that's changed the situation is Temperance. The Queen of Cups and Temperance. The Queen of Cups and Temperance. Oh, it's felt like a major ending for you. The Ten of Swords and the Emperor. It's felt like having to wait for something here, having to allow energies to simmer down, to calm down, just for storylines to play out, has made you feel like a major ending here. I don't know what this Emperor, almost like trying to decipher what your own personal leadership is about. I just see him sitting here with this scroll and all these runes. Like what really is the story of how I drive myself forward and how I claim my leadership in my life? How do I show up as a leader? Temperance is wanting this to change. And yeah, a lot of times when we're kind of faced with some sort of change that we didn't anticipate, or we didn't want to do for ourselves, we can sometimes be a little bit stubborn about it. I feel like that with the Nine of Wands and the Five of Swords. His arms are crossed. No. So the Nine of Wands and the Five of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. Look at this. So it's a little bit, so the alchemization that's taking place with Temperance in this sort of waiting game is all about a more physical independence. It's creating something from your own energy, You found all the answers internally here and wanting to drive them forward, but being told, oh, just a second. The universe is saying, oh, no, second, I'm good to go. No. You need to create this really on your own, and you need to be able to put yourself in a position that kind of serves for where you're trying to go. You have to bring it to the practical. You have to be practical with this now. You can't just drive this with your emotions. So don't change the emotions, I want to say, Pisces, because your emotions were so right. They were so bang on. Even though it feels like Temperance is giving you conflicts between your mind and your heart here. The heart's fine. The heart's fine. Maybe the mind a little bit with the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles. But you're really on your way here. You just have to be patient. And then if it does feel like you really want to force yourself to move forward, or force someone's hand in something, or force something to happen, just try to think about where it's coming from. Are you trying to move the pot into a position that isn't actually the position where everything germinated and started in the first place? Or are you just going to be patient and see how it blooms? Oh, look, see, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Because it does feel like there will be a point where maybe, yeah, you'll reassess whatever this is that you're creating. But I think that has to come from a really practical point here. And I feel like that's what this Nine of Pentacles and this King of Pentacles is setting you up for to be more practical with what this is that you want to drive forward. You got the emotions in the right spot. You had them in the right spot. Try to bring it back to that, but then use the practical approach moving forward. So, hey, it wasn't so bad. I used those cards. I think I did okay. Thank you so much, Pisces. I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.